Jesus wants us to live cheek to cheek with Him in His divine will. That is how much He loves us, infinitely more than we can imagine. He doesn't want to be even a moment without us. He loves us so much that He wants us to do nothing without Him. Jesus brought this home to Luisa Piccarreta when He said that we should not even blink an eye without doing it with Him. He will divinize each act done with Him, as He will actually bilocate into that act and make it divine. When we place an act in His will, we slowly die to ourselves, to our human will. He tells us that our human will is like a dark room, waiting to be filled up with the light of His divine will. Every act performed alone is an act to our shame. God never intended that we act alone without Him. Our Lady says in her book, The Queen of Heaven in the Divine Will, that we should resolve to die rather than perform a single act in our human will. That gives you an idea of how awful a human act is in the eyes of God. Each act in the human will plunges us deeper into a pit of darkness. The human will acting on its own puts us in a prison and makes us a slave. Virgin Mary and Jesus did not do one single act in their human will. Jesus stresses this when He says that He did not even take one breath of air without placing it in His divine will. So call on Jesus in your every act. You will in that way take Jesus down from the cross where your human will has crucified Him, and instead nail your human will to the stake of the divine will, so as to allow Jesus room to breathe and act in you freely. To whet your appetite to desire to live constantly in the divine will, read the 36 volumes of Luisa Piccarreta on living in the divine will. Jesus will be next to you to help you understand the writings in a way similar to the way He explained the sacred scriptures to the two disciples along the road to Emmaus. He opened up their eyes to the real meaning of the passages predicting His passion and death, that it was necessary to suffer and die first in order to rise glorious and triumphant on the third day. Let us imitate those two disciples who felt their hearts burning within them, so much so that they pleaded with Him to remain with them that night. Let us also invite Jesus to stay with us in each and every act that we do for the rest of our lives. Let each of our acts give perfect glory to God and work for the salvation of our brothers and sisters. Fiat. So let it be. To order the 36 volumes on the divine will, visit our website, divinewill.cc, or order them by phone at 305-864-1683. That number again, 305-864-1683.